Capricorn rising. Let's get into your Aries super full moon reading. Ishala diala moto shitiat animo it anima yela moto it anima ot inia. My name's Chloe. I work with card divination, astrology, and as you just heard, eat. And as you can see, I channel multi-dimensional energies through my body, both in the form of physical and vocal light language. All of this is bringing in healing, attunement, and activation codes to the messages that come through in this reading. This is your reading for the Aries full moon, a super moon. I've done a collective reading on this already. It's the first video out. That's where I break down the astrology in way more detail to tap into the most integrated and expansive intention of what this full moon is doing for us all and how to work with it, because that if we know the baseline intention, we can apply that to any situation that's showing up in our lives in the Aries area of our chart. So if you want a deeper understanding, pause this video, go watch the collective reading, come back, and then this is going to relate to the Capricorn energy. I read for the rising signs, so for those of you who don't have Capricorn in the first house, look to the house that it does fall in, look to the themes of that house, and you want to apply those themes along with all the other meaning you've got going on in the sign of Capricorn to the messages that come through. It will be as if that Capricorn energy, sorry, as if that Capricorn energy has now energetically moved to the first house. So when I break down the astrology for the rising sign, it will still link in. You just got to add on your own natal chart meaning on top of it. There's going to be 3 piles of tarot. The first pile is what is completing, what is being released with this full moon. Full moons obviously mark an end of a cycle, but they also bring in a download that we then work with over the next 6 months. And that is going to be pile 2. What is the download that we're getting with this full moon? Ooh. 7 of Swords. We'll see if that wants to come out again. What is this download that is coming through for you with this beautiful Aries full moon? It's a powerhouse. There's no getting around it. There's literally, the astrology for this is wild. And I know I say this every time, but it happens to be true, because the ruler of this moon, Mars, is squaring the sun and the moon and opposite Pluto over in your sign, Capricorn. This is what's called a grand cardinal cross. All the cardinal signs are being activated with this full moon. And the moon is conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer, the master teacher, and the sun is conjunct Juno. What are we committed to? What is our ride or die? What is truly important for us in the long term? So we've got some powerhouse energy going on. So first part is what's being released, what's being closed out with this cycle, and the second part is what's the download that you're getting, that you're going to then be working with over the next 6 months. We're then going to have 2 bonus cards to show you how to work with the energy of the download, right? What's the best way of interacting with it? And then we'll be pulling a couple of cards from one particular deck for a final message. So that's going to be the vibe. Ooh. Everybody, these cards, right? The moon is coming into conjunction. The moon is coming into conjunction with Pluto right now. So there's some big energy showing up here during the readings that I'm doing at the moment. So okay, where is this happening for you, Capricorn? Well, this is happening in your 4th house. Your roots and your foundations, your ancestors, both blood and soul lineage, your parental figures, the roof over your head, and the things that you do in private. It is your root system. I like to envisage... Okay. They're wanting 2 cards to go with what's at the bottom of the deck, which I will reveal later when we get into the tarot. So if you want to envisage a tree in your natal chart, the fourth house is the root system. We need a strong root system in order for that tree to grow. Now, the sun is over in Libra, which is in your 10th house of your life purpose, your career, your visibility, your reputation. Career doesn't have to be life purpose. It can just facilitate it, right? And that is the top of the tree where the leaves are striving towards the sun. They're expanding outward. And so that's what's going on with the sun, right? So we're bringing a harmonization between your root system and your life purpose, right? So we need that strong roots in order for the life purpose to be able to unfold. Now, what's really cool about this moon, and also potentially quite big energy, quite dramatic, as I said, talk about that in the collective reading, is that the ruler of this moon, oh no, they want me to have 3 cards from this deck. There are Mars, the ruler of this moon, is over in the sign of Cancer, which is opposite your sign Capricorn, in the house of the other. And Pluto is in your sign Capricorn, and they are both squaring the sun and the moon. We've got this cross, okay? So we've got the root system. We've got a releasing of old wounds, of deep limitations around the self in the home, with the Chiron energy conjunct the moon, and finding a deeper wisdom and a deeper elevation, combined with the clarity and the vision and the commitment to equilibrium and balance. In Libra, now the self and the other are the branches of the tree. They need to be in balance with one another for that tree to be healthy, right? The self and the other, how you interact with, how you understand and interact with the other, and how you, the sense of reciprocity. So Mars, our motivation, our drive, our action, is over in the 7th house, around the house of the other. And this can be business partners, one-to-one clients, long-term committed romantic relationships, as well as your relationship with Source. Often find with Mars moving through the 7th, you're more intuitively taking action in alignment with your connection with Source. But you're also figuring out your motivations and your drives and your actions when it comes to the other, and how that may have impacted you. Pluto has been bringing up a lot of deep fears at the moment. It's the final frontier. If you haven't seen the Pluto in Capricorn transit series, Capricorn, I do recommend it. It's part of a really big formation between Pluto, Neptune and Uranus that's going on right now. What the astrology is wild. We are in this big shift. Right, so you are recalibrating your reality of how you understand your own innate power at your root system. This is what's going on with the Aries full moon that is caused imbalances between the self and the other. These are recalibrating. And you're instigating a higher level of intuitive capacity to evolve and interact with the other while still remaining yourself from a very vibrant root system in your home life, right? That's leading to a greater clarity of where you're headed and where you're expanding to in your lifetime. We have a grand water trine going on. We had it with the Libra eclipse between Venus, Mars and Saturn, right? We're in this very powerful transmutation energy of the memory that's stored in our water bodies, and healing a lot of wounds and allowing our intuition to be magnified in a way that exhibits flow, love, and imagination. And now we have Venus, Mars, and Neptune all making harmonious aspects with one another. Obviously, Mars rules this moon, and Venus rules the sun. So this is pulling that water energy into this very yang moon, which is air and fire, so the action orientated. There's a baseline water coming in, that's linked into the way that you communicate, your hopes and your dreams. And your one-on-one relationships. So there's a real shifting of a frequency here in order for you to build from a stronger foundation without losing your sense of self. So what is being released? What is the closing out of a cycle? We have the Queen of Cups, Judgment, and the Six of Wands. So there's a real acknowledgement of your process of tapping into your own serenity, of really finding a way of navigating through fear, right? So the Queen of Cups can see really far into the future, but she is so serene. She's so at peace with the present moment. She's not worried about how things are going to unfold because she can see into the future. She knows all will be well. She is the embodiment of serenity. And so you've gone through a process of this alignment. And that's a very difficult one for us wee little humans who are very sort of nervous bodied. Also feel a deep healing of the mother wound. That has blocked independence, right? That fire of Aries. So you're closing out a cycle, having worked through and established a level of inner emotional serenity that's helped release old paradigms, judgment, a sense of resurrection of self, of a letting go of a lot of old wounds, right? The fourth house has a lot of trauma there. It's the ancestors, it's parental figures, some deep healings going on, and you've done the damn thing, right? This figure has gone and done a difficult thing because they felt instinctively driven to do so. It's not about being received. It's not about getting all the applause and all the recognition. They went and did the thing because they knew they needed to do it. But the consequences, they are being received, they are being recognized. There is a sense of victory here with the victory wreath. So you've gone through a really deep transformative energy. This is also Pluto as well, of self, around the maternal energy, the maternal line of what home, what security, what safety, what root systems you've been engaging with, and really elevating your doing the damn thing and elevating your capacity to step into a place of victory. This is you're closing out this cycle. You've done it. You've healed. Now I'm going to turn over what was at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the Four of Pentacles. And with it wanted to be the Ten of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Ten of Wands in reverse and the Three of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles for me is operating from your own frequency to build from a place of power, right? Not being distorted by the external environment. And that's shown up with that Ten of Wands in reverse, of releasing a lot of the ancestral wounds, that I've felt like I am always just putting in the hard graft. I'm never able to relax, to feel safe, feel secure. This figure doesn't know that they're just about to get home, right? There's a sense of this being separate from that and not feeling that sense of security and safety. What's coming through is that Four of Pentacles, is activating a level of security and sovereignty of your frequency because you've done the damn thing. You've done such healing work. And that burden's being released, where you are now mastery of self, and you're now able to collaborate and build something beautiful and long lasting because of the work that you've done. Now, what's being activated? We have the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. I love this with this combination because this is saying you do not need to be on the defensive anymore. This is very sort of like Aries energy in the fourth, right? Of like perhaps having very fiery parental figures, or just feeling like the home space is a war zone, is where you've always got to be ready for a fight, right? This is being released. the strength you are finding within yourself is phenomenal, right? This is really powerful energy coming through. And we've got the Two of Wands. And this figure is standing on top of a castle, right? They are very solid in their home, in their foundation. They are getting the lay of the land, the new landscape. They are re-acclimatizing to their environment and figuring out how to best proceed. But they are very confident and comfortable in their situation. There is an openness of possibilities, but there's an awareness with this full moon that you are realigning yourself, right? And then that is gonna, you are gonna have to give yourself the space to let that all settle and let that come through. With the Knight of Pentacles, with that Four of Pentacles, it's saying that there's stability coming in, right? The embodiment of practicality, of wisdom, of strength, and that you are going to be able to achieve what you need to achieve. And I love that the Earth is coming in, right? That Capricorn energy into the fourth of like, you can breathe. You can breathe and take space and take your time in your home, in the actions that you're doing, right? That you're going to get where you need to go. And it's going to be so grounded and it's going to be so nourishing. The oak is the king of the forest. The oak leaves in the helmet of the horse, of the rider, and on the horse's bridle. There's a real sense of strength coming in, right, in your actions, right? That is seeing that then expand into your life purpose, like that through this recalibration of your root system, you're feeling very sturdy and you're going to be able to know what steps you're going to be able to take. This is very, very powerful. I love this Four of Pentacles. Honestly, it really is this sense of you are in your own body. You have done some real ancestral work here that's liberated you to be able to create and build from your roots, while still retaining the wisdom of the transmissions from the ancestors. How to work with the energy. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. It's the acknowledgement that a karmic cycle has closed out. Like, just be aware of that. And it takes a while for it to be finalized. But this is it coming in reverse. It's saying, look, no, you have moved on. Those swords are falling away. And you just got to whistle while you work, right? I love the Eight of Pentacles. This is you stepping up to the plate to your own experience. Like the pure joy of your own understanding of your practical magic reality. How you refine yourself, how you build, how you create from your energy. Not from the perspectives and the intentions or the constructs of others. All along the spine. These are being released. You're being liberated so you can refine your own understanding of how you build from your roots. The cards that you have are the World, Renewal, Rebirth, Reincarnation, Celebration. We have Healing, Service to Others. I feel like that is the what's been released, as in you've worked through such a vibrant amount of energy in your ancestral line that has helped heal deep wounds energetically, that just simply by figuring things out for yourself with the resonance of your integrity and your the meaning behind how you perceive your foundational space, you've created a lot of warmth and a lot of healing for the collective. That's then activated strength. And I like using this deck because they have the words that are obviously poignant for what's coming through. We've got telepathy, intellect, intuition, animals. So there's something around reconnecting to your inherent instincts now, your inherent frequency, and that flow of intuition. Remember all that water energy that we're bringing forward, of that the flow of intuition, the flow of your instincts coming up from this rebirth energy. Well, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it at that. What a reading. What a powerful reading. You are grounding yourself. You are building something that is going to last. But it required quite a journey to get there. And remember to enjoy the process of the rebuild. Okay, Capricorn. If this resonated, if it brought you anything, hit that like button. It brings me so much joy. There's an offer on at the moment until the 22nd of October. If you book a reading through my website, you'll get double the amount of time for the reading that you book. Doesn't have to be in that time frame. There's a calendar you can book far in advance and still get double the amount of time. Other than that, be good to yourselves, be good to those around you. Safe travels and be well until we meet again.